Question 3 they said, which one of the following is most likely to cause a deterioration in a developed country's trade balance? What is trade balance?
Trade balance is the trade balance is the proportion or the how to put this? It's like the difference between the exports and imports in an economy.
Export of goods and import of goods within the economy. It's the same as balance of trade anyway. So if there's going to be deterioration in the balance of trade,
It means that imports are greater than exports.
So let's
or
look at
the
the options.
country's
Here.
net exports fall.
Okay, let's look at the options we have here. They said an increase in the non-price competitiveness of a country's product. Wrong. If there is an increase in non-price competitiveness of a country's product, what does that mean?
If your products are more competitive, exports rise. Trade balance improves, not worsens.
Non-competitive pricing. Non-price competitiveness means what?
It means that the quality falls.
Okay.
The branding falls, the innovation falls, the design
But
falls.
here they said an increase.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If your products are more competitive,
Yeah.
exports rise, trade balance improves, not worsens.
Okay. So here it's saying that a non-price competitiveness, like improvement in quality, will bring about improvement in the balance of trade, not deterioration, right? So
Yeah.
is that why it's not A?
Yeah.
And B, a fall in the real incomes of the country's citizens.
It's unlikely because if citizens have lower incomes, they buy fewer imports. That improves the trade balance, not worsen it.
If there's a fall in real income, people will buy more of imports. A fall, okay.
Fewer.
If there is a rise in the real incomes, people might spend more on importation. But there's a fall here.
Yeah, and it already says a fall in the real incomes.
Okay.
If citizens have lower income, they buy fewer imports.
They would rather spend on domestic purchasing. They would rather spend on domestic goods, right?
Yeah, because
So-
they're cheaper.
So that means they will do less of imports. A fall in real incomes will make consumers do less of imports. Is that what you're saying? And that would improve the balance of trade, not deteriorate it. And C, a fall in the non-price competitiveness of a major trading partner's product.
Wrong.
Why?
If a trader partner's product becomes less competitive, you might import less from them. Your trade balance improves.
Because you will do less importation. And D, an increase in the country's exchange rate against other currencies.
If your currency strengthens, your exports become more expensive for foreigners.
And your imports
become cheaper for your citizens. Result, exports fall, import rise, trade balance deteriorates.
So, an increase in the exchange rate might deteriorate the trade balance because exports become expensive, imports become cheaper. That is it, right? So we talked about balance of trade, which simply talks about the difference between export of goods and import of goods, right? Then we talked about what could make the balance of trade to deteriorate. A fall in the non-pricing competitiveness of a country will make the balance of payment current account deteriorate. A fall, right? Because at that point in time, citizens might think about even getting products from abroad. So imports will be more than exports. A fall in the real income of a country's citizen, a rise in the real income of country citizens would also bring about balance of payment or balance of trade deterioration, right? A fall would improve it. A fall in the non-pricing competitiveness, yes, it will also. A fall in the non-pricing competitiveness would reduce importation and increase exportation. So, and the last one, an increase in exchange rate. So, though when we talk about balance of trade, exchange rate is involved because balance of trade is talking about international trade, and that means for every international trade, foreign exchange has to be involved. So, as exporting, foreign customers have to pay in your own currency, and when you are importing, you have to pay in the foreign currency. So that means there's always going to be foreign exchange market involved when it comes to international trade, and that might also make or mar the balance of trade. That's about balance of trade, right? Thank you. And what are the components of the balance of trade? Balance of payment, yeah. Sorry, for balance of payment, because balance of payment is the value of everything we've talked about now. So what are the components of the balance of payment? What are the components?
Of
Balance of payment.
exports and imports.
No.
Balance of payment.
Current accounts, financial accounts,
Yeah.
and capital accounts. Please don't forget that.